Welcome back. Now, as the global political and economic stresses continue, Parishad spoke to IMF Chief Kristalina Georgieva about a whole host of topics, including fears of a global recession as well as the war in Ukraine. He started off the conversation by asking about the crypto universe and about laying the foundations for crypto regulation. So listen in.
What we recognize is that digital money is now part of the way the economy functions. We have to differentiate between central bank digital currencies that are backed by the state and stable coins and crypto assets that are privately issued. In that world of private issuance, there has to be more regulation. We now recognize that we have been a bit slow as a global community, and therefore the Financial Stability Board, the International Monetary Fund, Bank for International Settlement, we all have committed to work hard to present foundation for regulation. The IMF just days ago discussed this issue at our board, and what the conclusion is: first, crypto assets are not money. They cannot be accepted as a legal tender. Second, there has to be a very strong push for regulation. And third, if regulation fails, if we are slow to do it, then we should not take off the table banning those assets because they may create financial stability risk.
And finally, will the world be able to avoid a recession this year?
It looks like we will avoid recession. There will be countries that are in negative territory, but global recession is less likely. Why? Three reasons. One, we were surprised by the resilience of labor markets in many economies, in the United States, in Europe, and the resilience of consumer spending. Two, we have been quite impressed by how quickly Europe managed to free itself from dependency on Russian oil and gas. Mother Nature helped. The winter was milder this year, but that allowed the European economies, many of them, to avoid recession. Not all of them, but many of them. And three, China took a decision to open up, and that is creating a new impetus for growth in China. India is a bright spot on the global scene. Actually, India is contributing 15% of global growth this year. So thank you, India.
So finally, you're in India. Any recommendations for the Indian government to have a higher growth path?
What India can do more of is to continue on that path of structural reforms and to work even harder on more inclusiveness.
Right, and the war becomes the biggest threat. Everyone here has said this is the biggest threat to the global economy. Do you think that could create more supply shocks?
It is very uncertain how the war is going to evolve, and as long as this uncertainty is with us, it can make especially energy markets anxious.
All right, it's time to slip into a short breather on Business Lunch, but stay tuned as we get you the latest on Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia's arrest.